the burger, you need to help yourself. Hopefully the people in line can hear us and hear me. The vegan athletic panel consists of Lisa Lewis, Damian Smith, and Ryan Langston. Let's invite them to the stage, please. Yeah, Lisa, have a seat. I'm sick of her already. You hear her telling me what to do. She's been telling me what to do since 8 o'clock this morning. But it's all good. Thank you, Lisa. With us this afternoon, we also have Dr. Milton Mills. He's a graduate of Stanford University School of Medicine and a practicing urgent care physician in the Washington, D.C. metro area. Dr. Mills' compassionate and encompassing worldview has led him to apply his knowledge about preventive health care toward the unique challenges of those who are underserved by the mainstream medical model minority and less affluent populations. As Associate Director of Preventative Medicine for the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, he co-authored articles on the racial bias in federal nutrition policy published in the Journal of the National Medical Association. A powerful public speaker and, most important, an empathetic health care ally. Dr. Mills is a forecasted advocate for a whole food, plant-based diet. Let's please welcome Dr. Milton Mills to the stage. Thank you.
have a what? Sure. Okay. Well, can they reach the athletes so that they can, or you know what?
Yeah, this is good.
You know what? You guys, do this.
Okay, let's start over.
Okay, everybody. All right, this is a athletes panel, a panel of vegan athletes. We're here to talk about, will you die once you become vegan from protein insufficiency? Right? Because that's the number one question that people get asked when they become vegan is, where do you get your protein? So, can I ask the three panelists to just stand up? Which one of these panelists looks protein deficient to you guys?
None of them.
Nobody, right? All right. Okay, you guys can have a seat. Would you just, each of you, take a minute to introduce yourselves, tell what you do, and talk about how long you've been vegan and why you went vegan?
I'm Ryan. I'm probably the least qualified as an actual athlete, but I am a parent, and I enjoy doing some athletic events. I do some triathlons and marathons. So I went vegan about 3.5 years ago. One of my favorite, I like to listen to other athletes and follow their advice. And one of my favorites was this guy called Rich Roll, he's completed some pretty amazing events like ultra marathons, 5 days back to back, some pretty amazing stuff. So as soon as I heard his arguments for why, as an athlete, you should be following a plant-based diet, I decided to give it a try. And then the more I learned about the ethical implications of the animals and just the effects on the environment, the more I became convinced that it was the right choice. And since then, everything's just been going great and just uphill from there, upwards and onwards. So that's it.
Your background, why you decided to become a vegan athlete, and what kind of athletic endeavors you participate in?
All right, so I'm Damian Smith. I'm a pro MMA fighter.
So in other words, I better not mess with you.
Hey, you know what? We cool, you know.
Can you get inside the ring?
Yeah, we cool. You know. I don't fight anybody unless the price is right. How about that?
All right.
I stopped eating meat in 2010, and I went full vegan in 2016. And the choices initially was just a challenge. Like, people kept saying, this is something you can't do. I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and I did it. And that's just kind of been my whole approach to life. People say that here's something that you can't do, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do that then. And so that's what happened with me. What I learned and what I noticed is it improved my recovery time. I can always get back to training and fighting a lot quicker. All of my fights tend to end a little bit early to me, because I always feel like, okay, we went 3 5-minute rounds. I can go another 3, I can go another 6. And I'm talking about, I'm fighting other professional athletes who are working very hard to try to deal with me. And I'm like, we can do this all day. So, yeah, that's my thing.
Hello, my name is Lisa Lewis. I'm a previous track runner, and I'm a professional bodybuilder, ex-professional bodybuilder. But I competed for over 10 years. I teach classes now here at Greg Clyde Community Center. The reason why I took it up, Gigi invited me with Lonnie Bush Fitness to try it as a challenge. So in the challenge, it was a 21-day detox cleansing. And coming from the background of bodybuilding, as you know, it's high protein, and you then are thinking nothing but meat is the way that you get your protein source. So at that time, me going back in time, I only knew that was a protein choice, was meat and meat only. Because my coming up, that's all you knew bodybuilders did was ate a lot of meat. So coming to find out that not being true, and I met Gigi and went and took that challenge on. And of course, with that challenge, I lost weight, cleaned my system out. My joints feel better, my recovery time is better. I have arthritis in my foot, you couldn't tell it. And when I teach my class, I can just go nonstop. People think I'm crazy because I'm just going. So I'm very much energetic.
Very good. We got to try and negotiate the speakers here. Excuse me. So why do you guys think that people still have the impression that it's a problem getting protein on a plant-based diet? Why is there that misconception?
I believe it's the marketing. Everything is marketed as you need. First of all, they tell you that you need a ton of protein just to live, and then they tell you if you're going to be big and strong, you need a ton of protein. That's just one aspect of the equation, and they're marketing it aggressively, and they're just trying to sell you stuff. They're trying to sell you stuff you don't need.
Yeah, I would just also add that it does seem to be deeply embedded part of our culture right now, is that everyone knows that protein builds muscle, and many people believe that you only get that from animal products. I mean, you can go into a salad restaurant and the first thing they'll list is choose your protein, and it'll have 3 kinds of meat listed at a salad restaurant. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I agree with all that just as well, but I think it's visual too, because with bodybuilding going on, most things you see is muscle. The men are pushing, you have to have muscle, you have to have the protein, then the muscle. That is just not true. Just different.
You guys are absolutely right that it is not true, and that this is a function of the fact that we have all been misled and misinformed. Let me ask the audience something. Can you guys hear me? Okay. How much feed does a cow have to eat to put on 1 pound of muscle?
Oh my gosh.
Guess. Huh? Okay, I'm gonna give you multiple choice. Is it 5 pounds of feed, 15 pounds of feed, or 25 pounds of feed to put on 1 pound of muscle?
25.
All right. All right. I hear 5 and I heard 25. Who thinks it's 5? Show of hands. All right. Who thinks it's 25? 25, you got it. Okay, what's the conversion ratio for pigs? Is it 7 or 15? Now you take a clue from the cows. 15. So let me ask you something. Will farmers make more money by selling you plants directly or by feeding the plants to the animals and convincing you need to eat the animals? That's why they lie to you and tell you you need to eat animals to get protein. Do cows eat flesh? Then where the hell do they get their protein? Thank you. The same way, same place these amazing athletes get their protein. So let me ask you guys another question. When you first went plant-based, did you encounter any problems in terms of your energy level, your performance level? Were there things that you had to work out in terms of adjusting your diet to make sure that you were getting all the nutrients you needed?
I did very little adjustment. I just removed the animal products just to see how I'd feel. And that first month or two was kind of interesting, just kind of learning what to eat. But no, there wasn't a whole lot of issues. I think there may have been a little bit of a detox with a few headaches in the first week, but my energy levels immediately after that first month were going through the roof. And I was noticing in very short time that I had a lot more energy to go further on my runs, further on my bike rides, and everything just felt better.
The only thing that I encountered was, see, in combat sports, I'm also dealing with a lot of old school mentality when it comes to maintaining weight classes. So I had to like flush out a bunch of stupid stuff with that too. But the only thing that I ran into was while I was doing a weight cut, I was cutting carbs, right? And had a bad experience. And then I went back and added all my carbs. Weight came off. Fight went great. And I'm like, okay. So now like there are multiple like bad conventions that are being pushed out that people are still following to this day that I just needed to learn how to manage and navigate better. But other than that, everything, like, I'm a better athlete.
I didn't have any problem with it because, like I said, I followed Gigi's guidance. And with that, I had a diet plan, a meal plan. I juiced as well. I had plenty of vegetables, so I had no repercussions or anything, no weaknesses, no anything.
All right, well, let me ask you guys this. Classic story we always hear. Somebody says, you know, I tried to go vegan, but I was weak all the time. I was tired. I had no energy, and it just didn't work for me. What was their problem?
Exactly. Who said that? Not enough calories. The thing that what I'm learning, what I'm seeing, people who try to go on a plant-based diet, they try to eat visually the same that they've eaten before when it comes to a standard diet. When you cut out animal products, you're cutting out protein and animal fats. They're high in saturated fats. You're cutting out a lot of calories. So instead of getting concentrated calories, you have to get more. You're getting like calorie-light, nutrient-dense foods. You have to increase your intake. I've never had a problem eating enough food. I eat a lot, and you know, I never got into that whole I need to, you know, diet and starve myself down to lose weight, because it's like just eat clean and move, you're gonna lose the weight. But I've never, like, you just got to make sure that you are accounting for your calorie requirements. That's what I learned.
One thing that's very, I mean, at least in my circles, prevalent in the athletic community was it was very popular to be on like a paleo or a keto type of diet, where these people were eating burgers with no buns and just, and the idea of bringing a vegan diet to them is very shocking because then they just have to go to raw vegetables and, they can't imagine how that would work, and I'm sure it wouldn't. So I never really had that issue because I love carbs. I eat a lot of potatoes and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me. So.
And once again, I never had any weakness because I followed the guidelines of Jesus. So I did Matt and Ross. Pretty much, I was eating plant-based, non-cooked, hardly anything, and I did juicing just as well. So I never had any headaches, never had any withdrawal. And trust and believe, me coming from a dietary eating family, I was used to high protein. So my first thought was, what am I going to do for food? What am I going to do for food? But having some guidance and someone to teach you and to show you, that kind of gave you a guideline help. Plus giving you recipes and things that you can eat and fix as far as your beans, your peas, your nutrients, your sunflower sprouts, your pea sprouts. It's a learning process just as well.
Thank you guys. And I wanted you guys to hear this from them because these are active, actual athletes who are telling you that the key is making sure you get enough calories. Whenever I talk to someone and they give me this story, oh, I went plant-based and I had no energy and I felt like I was going to pass out any minute, I ask them, what were you eating? And you know what they tell me? Well, I was doing salads and stir-fry. Well, I'm like, fool, that's rabbit food. Rabbits weigh 3 pounds, you weigh 120 or 150 pounds. You need something to eat. You got to get your calorie-dense plant foods. You got to eat beans. You got to eat peas, lentils. You got to eat grains. You got to eat root vegetables. You got to eat nuts. That's where your calories are in addition to the broccoli and stir-fry and salads. And so this is a statement I want you all to memorize. I tell people, going plant-based is like having sex. If you didn't enjoy it, you weren't doing it right.
Hey! Yes, honey. Yes.
Commit that to memory.
Got it.
All right. Lisa, let me ask you something. Because for a lot of women, particularly women of color, one of the things that they're concerned about is that if I go plant-based, I'm going to lose my shape. Clearly, is not an issue. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, a lot of women do feel like they're going to lose their shape, they're going to lose their size, taking it in a quibble. I had a lot of muscle to lose. I did have a lot of muscle to lose, but I still have good size now. I'm not competing anymore, so I figure like I did not need to be walking around 180 pounds, 190 pounds. Can someone guess my weight now? Not you all. Guess my weight.
162.
Close.
165.
I'm 165.
Hey!
I was 185. And I've been 200 with muscle on it. So I chose to do this as a challenge and just to lose muscle size just as well. But I still work out, I still lift, I still have muscle.
And curves.
You look good, girl. Yes.
All right. So let's take some questions from the audience. Yes, sir. What's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal is whatever she cooks. Dr. Mills, what did you have this morning?
Oh man, I was gonna say that ain't fair. Sunday can cook.
Yeah.
I was blessed. She made us breakfast burritos that were off the chain. Tofu, black beans, potatoes. Those things were amazing. So, man, yeah, this is unfair.
We're a good team. Whenever I'm preparing for a fight, she helps keep me on track because it's easy to come home and like not want to cook and it's tired. So what we do, we work together and we cook our meals for the week. We work together on doing our menu and all of that, and Some of our favorite things are burritos. We like burritos. We wrap our food up, you take it with you, you heat it, and then it's good and easy to get your hands on after a good workout.
What does he put in it? Sweet potato burritos.
Definitely burritos, for sure. Like, I have 3 kids, so I'm a lazy cook, and I've got to be able to cook fast, and I've got to appeal to many different tastes. And so burritos are like the perfect thing. I'm able to throw. They don't even change a whole lot from going from non-vegan to vegan. I mean, you can everything that goes on there. Instead of cheese, use the guacamole. You know, instead of meat, beans. It's super easy. But one other thing, if you want to save money as a vegan, invest in an Instant Pot, because I use mine all the time.
That's true.
But a lot of people, I love food, but I want my food to taste good. So I don't just love food, I want the herbs, the spices, I want all the flavors to be in the food. So everything I eat, I want it to be enjoyable. And coming from raw, me having nothing cooked, I love going to restaurants and different people getting ideas and coming together and having something different, like Tostitos and just different adventures and ways to fix different food.
All right. Do you feel like you have to do anything special to make sure that you're getting enough protein?
No. Again, as long as you account for calories, you're going to get all the protein that you need.
Yes.
You're on a whole food, plant-based diet, your protein intake will be more than adequate as long as you account for calories. My calorie intake is like on the high end around 1,700 calories. That's not a ton. So as long as I eat when I need to throughout the day, I'm getting what I need. I'm a performance athlete. I have to train and work and fight hard with people who are really trying to hurt me. And as long as I'm able to move, I'm good. So when it comes to and the other part is the recovery, because like I know I'm kind of skipping, but the thing is the protein that the animal protein comes packed around stuff that's toxic to your system, and it slows you down and it makes your recovery suffer. And yeah, you feel sluggish. How many of y'all like you going to a barbecue, you ate some stuff, you want to go to sleep immediately after? That's because your body has to figure out like, what do I do with this stuff that you put in me? You know, on plants, I eat and I'm like, cool, I'm ready to keep going. In the middle of my training, you know, I'm this year I did 3 fights this year. I did 2 half marathons. I'm looking for another fight that I'm going to be flying overseas in next month. I'm going to Portugal, and then that's a tournament, so I can fight up to 6 times in a weekend, and all of this on a plant-based diet. You know, it's real easy, and everybody is surprised about it. But it's nature. You know, this is how we're designed to function. So.
Damien, I got to stop you right here, because you made a statement that I want to make an object lesson for people. You talked about the difference between animal and plant protein on our system. Okay?
Yes.
You talked about the fact that when you eat a big load of animal protein, you tend to go to sleep. Right? So let me ask you guys something. What is the natural diet for a cow?
Grass.
What about elephant?
Trees and leaves.
A horse?
Plants.
A deer? Okay. What is the only time in all of those animals' lives that they will eat animal protein?
True.
No, I'm saying naturally.
When they're babies.
When they're babies, when they're nursing.
Oh yeah.
And what do babies do after they nurse? They go to sleep. Because animal protein is designed to make babies or grow. Not exercise, grow. And you don't, when you're trying to grow, you don't want to burn your energy up by running around. You want to ingest those calories, then go lay down so that those calories will be used by your body to make your cells grow. But as adults, you should not be ingesting protein that's going to try and make your cells grow, because your cells can't grow. They can only turn into tumors. I'm going to talk about that in my lecture.
Tell it. Yes.
Plant protein, on the other hand, is performance protein. So let me ask you something. Let's say all the cars in the country just stop working. Just for some reason, I don't know, aliens came from outer space and said, we're tired of y'all polluting the world. We're going to destroy all your vehicles. And we had to go back to working with animals to get from place to place. What you going to hit, the dude in the Kansas sweatshirt, what are you going to hit your wagon to? A bear or a horse? Okay, this young lady here in the colorful dashiki. Yeah, you who looking around, right. What you gonna hit your carriage to? A lion or an ox? Why? Because only the plant eaters are strong enough and have the energy and the stamina to do the work that needs to be done.
Yes.
I mean, think about it, folks. Nature has been showing us all along, it is the plant eaters that are the strongest, that have the energy and the ability to perform for extended periods of time. We did not hitch our plows and our wagons to lions, tigers, and bears.
Oh my.
We hitched them to horses, oxen, elephants, and other plant eaters.
Good
Y'all
point.
get that?
Yes.
Yes. No, not all day, because it ain't enough calories. Well, they were mistaken. Now, let me say this. If you can eat enough of that broccoli and rice to meet your caloric needs, that would give you enough protein that would meet your protein needs all day. But you'd be eating a hell of a lot of broccoli and rice because broccoli is not calorie dense, okay? But that's the wonderful thing about plants is you can eat a lot of them and not overeat, okay? So, yeah, eat all the broccoli and rice you want, but mix some beans or lentils or in there with them a little bit, okay?
Some spices too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, it's okay. But the thing I'm concerned about is, you said the energy and the protein from the plant eaters. Okay, that's all right. But if you have athletes that are at training tables and eat other things to keep their weight up, because if you're underweight and you're in a certain position, they will find it. If you're overweight a certain position, they will find it. So the thing I'm saying is, it's good for these guys, but you're having wrecks every day, every 30 seconds. Wrecks, I mean body wrecks with each other. And the recovery, you have to do one or two things. You have to have some kind of protein, meat protein products to keep
All right.
going.
Okay, let me restate what this gentleman was saying just so you guys understand. His impression was that if you are a professional athlete, that in order to keep your weight up, if you're exercising aggressively every day, you have to have some kind of meat protein to keep your weight up. That's essentially what you're saying, right? Okay. I'm gonna let the athletes address that, and then I'll address it.
So, and you're kind of specifically talking about football, right? Okay. With who's the they were in the documentary with you?
I know Derek Morgan is a Tennessee Titan.
Yeah.
He's a linebacker for the Tennessee Titan, and he got 14 of his teammates to go vegan because they found that their performance improved so dramatically and their recovery time improved so dramatically that they left a meat-based diet altogether and became completely vegan.
Yeah. So,
They had no problem maintaining their weight.
and then the issue with weight is always calories. So you will get, it's the quality of your calories as well. No, I would take you down.
Well, but sir. Wait. But sir, that's like me saying that a horse can't outpull an elephant. Of course it can.
Get that on film.
But
Let him take it.
I tell you what, if you take an elephant and feed it meat, and you take another elephant and feed it what it should be eating, the plant-based elephant is going to run circles around the meat-eating elephant. If I can get a plant-based athlete to a size, that will run you into the ground. It's, well, I mean, again, that's only because you haven't been exposed. Because, sir, sir.
Let's go.
So let me tell you a little bit about myself. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm a pro fighter. I fight as a featherweight, and I have to work very hard to keep my weight down because I'm just sharing a little bit of an anecdote. For this last two camps, for me preparing for my fights, I've been training with nothing but heavyweights. The heavyweights in my class that are training with me, they're 240 plus. I take every last one of them down and I hold them down. When I'm fighting, my weight, like I said, I'm a featherweight, 145. When I'm fighting, I'm no heavier than 155 pounds. It's my performance that makes me superior. When it comes to the weight, when it comes to being able to generate force, my performance is superior. Now, there are impressions that people have, and it's okay because, on the outside looking in, people are like, oh, the bigger person should be the superior and the stronger athlete. It depends on what you put in that athlete. For the people who are following like a standard diet, they are putting in an inferior fuel. And it's, I'm saying it that way. I don't mean to say that in a disparaging way. I'm just saying that as far as like what your body runs on and how well that it operates, what your recovery time is, and how to keep the weight on with lower off days. Plant-based is going to show greater performance. When it comes to we've already seen demonstrations of this, of people in the NFL, people in the UFC, people in the NBA. The plant-based athletes are performing better. We only know of a few because right now people are just now getting their hands on the information, and it's trickling out. It's going through the nutritionists and the dietitians.
Talk about game changers.
There's a documentary that just came out called Game Changers. It'll be on Netflix next week, October 16th. You guys get your hands on it.
It's already on iTunes.
On iTunes. You can get that right now. It's like the highest selling documentary on iTunes right now. And it's world-class athletes. I'm talking about power lifters, strongmen. The strongest man on the planet eats nothing but plants. He has moved the most weight a living person has ever moved on a yoke. It's like 1,200 pounds.
Yes.
Picked it up and moved it.
Like
Not like picked it up and put it down. No, he picked it up and walked it 30 yards. Strongest man in the world.
Boomier, yeah.
It's on YouTube.
Listen, I got to respond to this. Sir, what is the biggest, strongest land animal on this planet? It's an elephant. It's a strict herbivore. The next one down is a rhino. There's a hippo. There's the giraffe. The biggest, strongest land animals on this planet are all plant-based. I'm sorry that you are misinformed about animal protein, but for your own health and benefit, you need to better educate yourself, because animal protein is toxic to the human system, and if you keep doing that, it's going to shorten your life, it's going to raise your risk for cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, and it's going to kill you. It's your choice. I mean, people know smoking is bad and they continue to smoke. So it's your choice if you want to eat it. But it is not true that it will keep you strong. It is not true that it will improve your athletic performance, because we have more than enough data that shows that. And it is true that it will destroy your health.
Let's just remember the government used to tell us to smoke cigarettes.
He get.
He runs 100 meters in 4.5. The fastest athlete on this planet runs only 9.6, 9.7. He said both. So he walks past it. But then he's able to rest and
First of all, sir, you can't compare a grizzly bear to human beings because grizzly bear are quadrupeds, and a quadruped is always going to be able to outrun a two-legged human being. So you cannot compare those two. Number one. Number two, 70% of a grizzly bear's diet are plant foods. And number three, a grizzly bear will never take on a similar-sized, healthy herbivore. Grizzly bears do not attack healthy, full-grown bison because they will get killed. They will only prey on young bison.
Or old and weak.
And they can't outrun a healthy bison. So, I mean, again, you're making false comparisons, but look, I tell people all the time, I do not get a subsidy if you stop eating meat. So if you want to continue to eat it, you do that. But it is going to harm your health. Did you want to make it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, just getting back a little bit, we got onto this because we were talking about nutritional deficiencies. I don't ever want to discourage anyone from tracking their nutrients, because when I first went vegan, I was very concerned about this, and there's apps out there. I used Chronometer. I was tracking every single bite. Like, I'd eat pistachios, and I'd put 2 pistachios in there. And just what I found out is after a few months of doing that, I was getting all the nutrients I needed. I didn't really need the app anymore, so I moved on. So, but just to put your mind at ease, if you need to track your nutrients, I mean, go right ahead, definitely.
This young lady has a question here.
Speaking of nutrients, I'm not concerned at all about protein. I know better. But what can a busy, broke parent do to get enough micronutrients on a vegan diet, other than, like, I know all the plant foods like beans and rice and things like that, but what about micronutrients? What do you suggest is the best few things to incorporate daily, if not weekly, or
Okay, so the question is, what is the best and easiest way to consistently make sure that you're getting all of your micronutrients on a plant-based diet? And cost efficient. I mean, it's really not hard, but I'll let you guys talk about it.
Eat a variety of fruits. Get 20 minutes of sunlight. One of the big issues that people always ask is, where do you get B12?
Nooch.
Huh?
Nooch. Sorry.
Well, there's nutritional yeast. Oh shoot, what was the other? It's
Well, let me just say a word about
Go for it,
B12.
go for it.
B12, all B12 is made by bacteria.
Yeah.
No animal, no plant makes B12. If we were living in a natural environment, there'd be B12 in the dirt, B12 in the water, B12, everywhere. But we live in these concrete plastic jungles we've made, so we've eliminated natural sources of B12 from our environment. We sterilize our water, we wash our food. We need to take a B12 supplement to be safe. That's why we have to do that. It's not anything wrong with the diet, okay?
Right.
And D3 is not a vitamin, it's a hormone. And if we were butt naked running around in the sun like we're supposed to be, we make all of our own, but we try not to get arrested, so we put on clothes, and that's why we need to take a D3 supplement.
And we're in the Midwest, so we spend 3 to 5 months in darkness and cold. so yeah, during those darker months, get yourself some B12, some D3, some vitamin D supplement. Everything else is you're gonna get from the plants.
Yeah, and the key to getting your micronutrients is colors. Make sure you're eating plenty of colors, and that means not only colorful fruits, but colorful vegetables, especially your dark green leafy vegetables, your yellows, your reds, your purples, your oranges. You do that, you're gonna get all the micronutrients you need, okay? Yeah, another question. Yes, sir. Sure. No, wait, stop. No, come up here. If you're gonna contribute, you gotta use the mic.
I was just going to say, experience is true knowing. So when you actually go through the experience and you have the right information, experience is true knowing. So when you actually do it, you have the right information, you try it for a few weeks, it will blow your mind too. Get an Instapot, it's really easy. I prep most of my food in less than 5 minutes a day. Woo! If I'm doing like spaghetti and wheats and different things like that, maybe 10 minutes, but you can cook a whole bunch, it's really easy. And you guys are doing great. I think I've heard from the documentary.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Yes. Other questions? The documentaries. I'm in What the Health? Game Changers. Game Changers.
I'm not in it. No, I'm not in it. But watch it though.
Watch it.
Go watch it. It's good.
And you will see all these athletes talking about how their performance improved, they had no problem keeping their weight on, and how their recovery time improved, which is equally important. Yes, sir, in the hat.
Yeah. Can you tell them about the omega-3s, where they get their omega-3s in?
Okay, the question is, where do we get omega-3s? Well, first of all, why don't y'all tell us why omega-3s are important to include in our diet?
You know a lot more about this than I do. I know that I get it from seeds, right? From like flax seeds and stuff like that. Omega-3s, am I right? So I use seeds in a lot of things. I'll do smoothies, add it to oatmeal. I just make sure, I've got a couple containers of seeds and just throw it in everything.
Excellent.
Omega-3s are good for your brain. For your
Yes. No, you're right.